All right. Thank you so much for. All right. Thank you so much for joining. This is the Bible in 1 year Bible review, and it's a challenge that we started. I mean, I've been doing it for some years now, but this year we decided to let more people join in because iron sharpens iron. And so today we're doing a quick review, and it is kind of a summary. What the review is all about is like a summary of all the devotionals we did this week and some of the Bible verses we did this week and all of that. All right. So I'm just going to run through, you know, the activities of this week in terms of the Bible in 1 year challenge. The goal of this challenge is to make sure that at the end of 1 year, we go through every verse of the Bible at least once. All right. So stay with me. Stay with me. Um, let's get started. So at the beginning of this week, we handled a topic called your loving substitute. And that was like a topic that was trying to show how the sacrifice of Jesus was way better than all the attempts of the prophets over time. And after that, we handled a topic called right relationships. And from there, we moved on to how to live a life of victory. And we went all the way to today. And today, we handled a topic called how to handle confrontation. And because of how relatable and how practical this particular devotional is, today's on how to handle confrontation, I'm going to be giving a more like a summary of what confrontation is all about. So I'm starting right away. So if you know anybody that is meant to be here that is not here now, it's very important that you let them know that we have started. All right. Thank you. Let's get started. Today's topic is how to handle confrontation. Now, it's very important that you understand a few things about confrontation. Number one, it cannot be avoided. Like, it is easier to decide not to breathe for, say, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, than it is to decide to stay away from confrontation. It is impossible to stay away from confrontation. Like, there's no way you're going to live your life, even if you try to live your life pleasing people all the time, or you live your life trying to be a mean person. There is no pattern you are going to live your life that is going to keep you away from confrontation. Believer, unbeliever, Christian, Muslim, it does not matter where you are from. You cannot do without it. Right? This is facts. I'm not trying to tell you something that you have to go and debate. If you want to debate, I mean, that's up to you. But I'm telling you for a fact, there is no lifestyle that you're going to live that is going to keep you away from confrontation. And as a believer, what you want to do is to make sure that at the end of the day, you achieve God's purpose for your life. And if confrontation handled poorly is one of those things that is going to hinder you from achieving what God has set out for you, then it's very important that you learn how to handle confrontation. All right? It's very important that you learn how to handle confrontation. Now, confrontation is not unspiritual, all right? And it has nothing to do with maturity. It's also, you know, it has nothing to, it doesn't matter how mature you are. Some people will say, oh, more, nobody can try that rubbish near me. Just calm down. Just pray, and when it really matters, you don't find yourself in those situations. But like I've said, and I'm emphasizing it, and I hope you get what I'm trying to say, you cannot, doesn't matter what you're doing, right or wrong, you cannot live without confrontation. All right? So instead of dodging it, let's see how we can handle it. All right. Now, The core idea here is that God is not trying to remove confrontation from your life. He's trying to teach you how to handle it. So let's move on. This is one way you can use to handle confrontations. And we are going to see that from Psalm chapter 55, verse 1 to 9. This was in our devotional. This is David, who was just wishing he could disappear because for no reasons people were trying to kill him, including the then king of Israel was trying to kill him for no reason. At least for no reason that was the fault of David. And so this buttresses the point I was trying to make. David at this point was feeling a lot of fear, he was feeling pressured, and he was feeling conflict. Imagine when somebody is so after your life that even people in the person's household can't understand why the person is doing this. Can't understand it. And so you need to understand that this is the real world. This is not a movie. Life is not a movie. This is the real world. You are going to meet these things over and over. And so the best thing you can do is to learn how to maneuver it. All right. The first battle you're going to face when it comes to confrontation, it starts from inside. It starts with yourself, the battle in your heart. All right? And the first step when you want to handle confrontation is you must handle it by not panicking. You must handle it by not panicking. Step one, talk to God before you talk to men. If you react before you pray, you're going to fight the wrong battle the wrong way. If you look at the life of David, for instance, he spent most of his time lamenting to God. These psalms that we read all the time, they were not necessarily written to people. These were like the meditations of David. And so you must learn to be able to talk to God first. You must learn to be able to talk to God first. Because if you talk to God first and the Holy Spirit speaks to you about how you should approach it, most times you will get the result that is going to satisfy God and satisfy you. That's just the truth. God also wants our happiness. Around the end of last year, I had an issue with somebody, and it was in the spur of the moment. This person said some things I don't like, and I also said some things the person doesn't like, and it resulted in a sharp misunderstanding, and everybody just took things too far, and I was just worried, like, how did I even allow this thing to get far like this? And then I just did a short prayer, and after that short prayer, I was feeling sleepy. So as I lay down on my bed to sleep, what I heard in my ear was, "Go and apologize." I was like, oh my God. Like, if you've really argued with somebody in a way that it didn't make sense, you know that apology is one of those things that, no. So when I heard go and apologize, I felt, God, this was very difficult to do. But at that time, I had a lot on the line, so I had to go and apologize. And after apologizing, guess what? It resolved the issue. The point here, I'm not saying you should go and apologize. I'm saying talk to God first. All right? Talk to God first. Before you start posting on your WhatsApp status, before you go to Instagram, TikTok, guys, can you see what's going on here? Talk to God first. Always make that a point of priority. Talk to God first. The second way you can handle conflict practically is you have to confront the person. What's going on? You have to confront the person. All right, you have to confront the person. I don't know why this thing went off this way. You have to confront the person. Hmm. Sorry, guys, just a moment. Whatever reason, this stuff has gone off, so I'm just going to continue. I'm not going to let it distract me. All right. So you have to confront the person, and confronting um, people is something that you need to be very skillful at when it comes to handling confrontation. You must be able to tell the person what the person has done wrong to you without, this is very important, without turning the table upside down, because I mean that's one area people make a lot of mistakes. You want to tell this person how you feel, and boom, you have to scatter everywhere just to make it clear that, okay, as you have done this, now it's my turn. So let me do it. Let me do it the way I want to do it. All right. So you must be able to confront people lovingly. You must be able to confront people lovingly. Let them know what they have done without necessarily throwing them in a situation where everybody is now forgetting the main issue at hand and then focusing on what you said or didn't say. Look at what you said. How, even if I did, no matter what I did to you, is that why you say this thing? And so let's look at the Nicodemus scenario. Nicodemus was influential. Nicodemus was intelligent. Nicodemus was um, Nicodemus was religious, but yet he was incomplete. And so you find out that for you to confront that kind of person, you have to you have to be skillful when it comes to approach. You have to be very skillful. All right? Jesus had to explain the Bible to somebody who was a teacher. It's like, pick any of the popular pastors in Nigeria, and then imagine any random Sunday school teacher trying to explain the Bible to them. That's just how it was. Nicodemus was a senior man in church. He was somebody that if he's going to church, probably he's going to come, he's going to have his own protocol and all of that. And so imagine you trying to correct an impression that that person has. It is not something that you're just going to do by telling the person the Greek word for understanding, or, you're trying to understand what I'm saying, right? All right. So, two things that Jesus did. Number one, he spoke boldly. If you want to confront that kind of person, you can't be stammering or having double mind with what you're about to say, right? Jesus said it the way it was meant to be said, boldly, and he went straight to the point. Number two, which is very important, is that you must speak from a place of love, not ego. You're not trying to show this person that I know it more than you. You're not trying to show the person that, oh, wow, so you're a teacher, and somehow, even if Jesus said words along those lines, the fact that he went to his house was also a humility gesture that he showed to Nicodemus. People are going to know that what you're saying is true, what you're saying is correct. But if you make them feel like you're rubbing them on the ground just to make a point, they will most likely not want to listen to you. It doesn't matter if they have offended you or not. If there's a way you talk to somebody and the person feels like, let's say this guy want to rub me for ground, or you want to form my hand here, all right, the person will just shift back. So when love is your motive, truth becomes medicine, not a weapon. All right. So you must speak in boldness and you must speak in love. Confront the person. I've told myself, if somebody offends me, if I cannot confront you, then I'll forgive you without thinking about it twice. All right. Now, it's very important that whenever you're confronting somebody, the person does not feel condemned. It's very important. So, what I'm trying to say here is attack the problem, not the person. Attack the problem, not the person. John chapter 3, verse 17, it says, Jesus came to save. That's like the summary of it. Jesus came to save, not to condemn. He came to save, not to condemn. So whenever someone offends you and you want to address that issue, focus on the issue. There's this thing we usually do most times when, we're having problems with someone. Say, every time, this is what you have been doing. Don't do that. Just focus on that particular problem and let the person know what you are not comfortable with or what made you so discontented. All right. So before you confront someone, these are two questions you should ask yourself. Number one, am I trying to help or am I just trying to prove a point? Number two, ask yourself, am I speaking from love or from offense? Now, it's very easy to speak from offense, and I'm saying it because most people that you may have to confront are people that are not strangers to you. And so that's probably not the first time they are offending you. All right, that's probably not the first time they are offending you. So there's a very high tendency that, just like I said just now, some minutes ago, if you're talking to somebody and you keep on saying, this is what you did the other time, this is what you did the other day, this is what, and the person is just like, okay, the one I did now, is it really a problem? Or this is just a trigger for you to say everything that's been paining you since. All right. The combination of truth and love is equal to transformation. So before you confront anybody, ask yourself, what do I intend to gain out of this confrontation? Is it just going to be a quarrel? Is it just going to be an argument? Am I just trying to prove a point? Or do I actually want this person to understand what I'm saying and not repeat it again? So whenever you're having issues that you need to confront someone about, at the end of everything, it is important that you tell the person your expectations. The way you talk to me like this, I don't like it. I didn't find it okay. And I don't think I would like you to talk to me this way. Again, expectation. You have said what you wanted. You've said what you were not comfortable with. Said what you wanted. And now you're saying your expectations going forward. All right, because of time, I'm rounding up. The last part is that you have to confront wisely. You have to confront wisely. Now, look at this. There's a story in Joshua chapter 9, Joshua chapter 22 from 9 to 31. And this was the story of Israelites. Sorry, I keep looking at the wrong camera. I keep looking at the wrong camera. I'm so sorry. All right. The story of the Israelites, when the children of, I think, is it Caleb? I think it's Caleb, where a they built an altar, not necessarily an altar, they built a symbol. If you remember, Caleb, I mean, you have to read back a bit to understand. That's why we do the Bible in 1 year challenge, right? The children of Caleb, his tribe, they were given a land that was not in Canaan as they were on their way to Canaan. All right. And if you read all that area, when the children of Israel wanted to go and attack Canaan, to take Canaan, the people of Joshua said, give us this land. We are still going to follow you to go and attack Canaan, but let us leave our wives and our children here. But promise us that when we take Canaan, you will allow us to come back here and be in our own land. Right? And, everybody agreed. And so they went. They defeated Canaan. The rest of the people stayed in the land of milk and honey. And the tribe of Caleb went back to this area I'm talking about now. Now, these people stayed, and there was some distance between where the tribe of Caleb stayed and the rest of, they are not the tribe of Caleb, but I'm just calling them that so that you understand. And where the rest of the Israelites stayed. And so, out of fear, these guys from Caleb's tribe decided that they were going to make a monument. Now, this monument was not for any form of worship. This monument was not for any form of worship. It was just a symbol so that they could use to remind their children. They made a replica of the Ark of God. And it was just to remind their children that, see, we have a God in Israel that we worship. Don't allow any of these nations around us to make you think otherwise. It's beyond the Jordan, right? Whenever it's time for us to worship, we'll still go to Israel and worship. But this is a reminder that we have a God that we worship. And so you need to understand that when Israel, the rest of Israel heard about this, they said, no, are you serious? How can Caleb's tribe do this? Were they not there in the wilderness when we ran into problem because of the golden calf that Aaron built? Were they not there when God killed all the men from age 20 and above? Were they not there? How can they still go and build an altar, a strange altar, in the name of worshiping God? And so they sent a message to the tribe of Caleb and said, see, come and explain what you are trying to do, or we are going to attack you after a certain number of days, and we will make sure that there will be no person left in the tribe of Caleb. Now, these people that wanted to attack themselves, all of them were Israelites. The same set of people worshiping the same God, yet they were ready to go to war. Why? Misunderstanding. And so, before you confront anybody, try to understand where the person is coming from. And thank God the story ended by Caleb's tribe explaining what I just explained earlier. That no, this is not for worship. This is just to serve as a reminder. We are not worshiping anybody here. We are still going to come to Israel to worship. This is just a reminder for our children that are not yet born and the generations to come. But if that clarification was not done, they would have attacked themselves for no reason. And everybody is going to believe that they are on the right path, all because of a misunderstanding. The point I'm trying to make here is before you confront anybody, try to understand everything about what happened. Did the person misunderstand what was going on? Are you misunderstanding what was going on? I've seen people quarrel, I've seen friendships break simply because of misunderstanding. I have some friendships too that unfortunately they have ended, and upon investigation, what was the problem? Misunderstanding. How can you say that and then say that? When did I say that? This is what I said. They sound alike, but they are not the same thing. So make sure that you always go for clarity before confrontation. All right? That's how they save that situation. So I hope you have been able to get something from this. I'm just going to highlight a few things and we end for this. Remember, this is Bible in 1 year challenge, and it's going to last for 365 days, as long as the year lasts, and this is week 18. All right. I mean, it's too late for you to join now, but hopefully we're going to go through this whole process again next year. So what I've just decided to do is to make it public so that you can at least join the Bible reviews. All right. These are the lessons you need to learn. Not every issue needs escalation. All right. Some issues need conversation. Clarity can kill conflict. It's possible that what you're thinking the person did is not actually what the person did. You know, many conflicts that are out there are not from wickedness. It is just from wrong interpretation. You know, if you have this mindset that everybody out there is there to get you, there's a tendency that you're going to misinterpret people very, very fast. Very, very fast. Very fast. And that's why I like to crack jokes. I like to crack jokes. But I've been in situations where I crack a joke and it's taken out of context. And so even now, when I'm trying to be funny with the things I'm saying or anything like that, I always approach with a lot of caution. First of all, who am I talking about? Who is around? All right. Who is there? Who is there? All right. These are some principles you can use. Number 1, don't assume, ask. Number 2, don't gossip, go direct. Someone is saying this person did this person did that. Go and meet the person. If it bothers you so much, go and meet the person and say, I heard you did this. What's up? Then number 3, don't attack. Try to understand first. You know, you can actually hold your sword while you're asking for explanation, you know. You know, because it almost looks like when I say don't attack, it's like I'm saying you should not. If you need the person's head, go ahead, but at least try to understand so that you're sure that when you're taking the person's head, you're taking it in correctness, like you know what you're doing, not that you're misunderstanding. All right, please. So these are some things, just the highlights of everything. Number 1, 3 dimensions you must take when you want to have a godly confrontation. You know, when they say godly confrontation, it doesn't mean you shouldn't go and have that conversation with the person. Please, by all means, make sure you have the conversation. But these are 3 things you must look at. Number 1, you have to look up. You have to look up. And up here means prayer. You have to pray. Talk to God before you talk to people. Number 2, you have to look outward. Outward. And outward here means love. You have to speak the truth with the right heart. And no, of course, number 3, you have to look inward. Inward. And inward here means wisdom. Check your assumptions and the motive behind the confrontation that you are about to go into. All right? I hope this blessed you. And of course, like I said from the beginning, do not avoid confrontations. Refine it. I'm not saying you cannot even avoid it. So go for it, but go for it with a clear purpose. The goal is not to win an argument, it is to win hearts without losing truth. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have been blessed by this. And my name is Dozie, Chuks, and I lead the Bible in 1 year challenge under Dev Chuks community. And this week is week 18. We have about 30 something weeks to go. All right. Good night and have a great night rest. Bye, guys.